Jets, Jets, and welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. My name is Ryan Ward, and I will be your host tonight. If you are new here, welcome. I always love having new people here. You are always welcome in the Jets Ward, whether you are a Jets fan or not. We always accept anyone and everyone. If you have been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you guys returning. Always value any people that want to stay in the Jets Ward. Now, I got an interesting one for you guys. The off-season is kicking off, and free agency starts Monday with the tampering period. And I am so excited for that. As a Jets fan, I always know the Jets will somehow win the off-season, but maybe not do as well in the regular season. But this is some of the most fun times for Jets fans and NFL fans, because we get to see big names getting traded, big names being signed by other teams. Heck, we saw so many things happening this week. Jonathan Allen was cut from the Commanders. We saw DK Metcalf request a trade, and the Seahawks actually accepting, thinking about where that he's going to go. Geno Smith, staying with the Seahawks, got traded to the Raiders not too long ago. Man, things are going crazy. Brandon Ayuk wanting it out of the 49ers, and the 49ers also trading Debo to the Commanders. So many things are happening this offseason, and I am so excited. And for you guys, in this video, I am going to give you some bold predictions that I think are going to happen during this offseason, whether it's coming very soon or later in the offseason, and I am excited to share some of my ideas with you. But before we get into the video, shout out again, I am going live the first night of the draft. If you want to join me, this is going to be my first live stream on the Jets Ward. I'd be really excited to have you guys join me, and we can talk up the draft, talk about what your favorite teams are going to do, what your ideas are for each team, whether you're a Jets fan or not. I'd love to hear your information and hear what you guys think. Okay, now, getting into my first bold prediction. The first thing I have for you is, I mentioned this guy wanting to get traded. Brandon Ayuk is going to be traded by the 49ers. Now, where does he end up going? And my thought is, I think he goes to the Raiders. I don't think DK gets traded there. I think Brandon Ayuk ends up going to the Raiders and being Geno's new number one receiver. Now, with all the tea leaves, Geno just going to the Raiders, you'd think DK Metcalf would go there as well, but apparently there are rumors that the Raiders wanted DK and Geno Smith in a package deal for Max Crosby, which would have been insane, but the Las Vegas Raiders turned it down and ended up just getting Geno. I don't think they're going to try to make another trade for DK. They're still going to be looking for receivers, but I think Ayuk would make a lot of sense for the Raiders and could help Pete Carroll's offense really do great things, and I think he'd be a great receiver for Geno Smith. My second bold prediction is going to be the Patriots. I hate talking about the Patriots, but I think they are going to do something really big for them, and that is they are going to sign two big free agents to very big contracts. The first one is defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, who is a monster, has been great for the Commanders since being drafted by them. I think the Patriots bring him in on a 3 to 4 year deal, and he's going to get paid, guys. The kid is still young. He is solid. He can clog up holes. He's a good pass rusher as well. I think the Patriots would love to have him on their defensive line, but that's not all. I also think the Patriots are going to go after the really impressive Jevon Holland, safety, that is going to be leaving the Miami Dolphins. And that sucks to say because the Jets have been rumored to really want him. But I think the Patriots would love to take him away from the Miami Dolphins as well. And they have the money to do it. I think the Patriots are going to spend so much this offseason on their team because they have so much cap space. And safety is another need for them. And by bulking up the defensive line and the safety position and the defensive backs positions, that defense, which wasn't awful last year, is just going to get much better under Mike Vrabel as well. So that bold prediction number 2, Patriots get Jonathan Allen and Jevon Holland as their biggest free agent signings this offseason. My third bold prediction has to do with DK Metcalf. I think, and this is going to be a big, bold one, I think DK gets traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs have any issue trading their first round pick for DK. They need receiver help. They're losing Hopkins. They are losing Hollywood Brown. They're losing Juju Smith-Schuster. I think he was only on a 1-year deal. They need receiver help. I know they need lineman help as well, and they might go after Jedrick Wills. But receiver is a really big need, and they haven't had a true number one receiver since Tyreek Hill was traded to the Miami Dolphins. Now, Kelsey's getting older as well. He's not looked at as that big, viable receiving tight end as well. So they need somebody to come in and help Patrick Mahomes. He needs a number one receiver, and to go with Xavier Worthy. I think DK Metcalf would complement Worthy and be such a big help for Patrick Mahomes, and I don't see why they don't take a big swing and trade for him. They have the assets for him. I don't think they worry about giving up their first round pick. I think pick 31, so I don't think they have an issue giving away that pick and some more draft assets as well. So DK Metcalf, bold prediction, ends up with the Kansas City Chiefs. My next bold prediction has to do with another trade candidate. I think Trey Hendrickson is going to get traded to the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings under Flores this past year, their defense was great. I thought they played much better than they were supposed to, and it really helped the Vikings win a ton of games. And so I think that they're going to try to bulk up that defensive line, and what's better than Trey Hendrickson? The guy has been leading in sacks for the past couple of years. He's a monster on that defensive line. You can move him all around. You can move him inside. You can move him outside. And I think he would thrive in that defense. And Flores would know how to use him. He loves just sending four guys and letting his defense work. And Hendrickson has proved that he can get to the quarterback with ease. So Trey Hendrickson ends up with the Minnesota Vikings. And my next one still has to do with the Vikings, and that has to do with Sam Darnold. Darnold is looked at as the best free agent quarterback on the market, other than when Aaron Rodgers gets there. But I think Darnold actually signs a multi-year deal with the Vikings and stays with them. There's interest between both of them. We've heard reports about interest. I think Darnold will get a 4 to 5 year deal from them, about probably $120 to $130 million. And I think he remains the Vikings. He did great things with them, and I think O'Connell can work with him and get better. Now, the bold prediction part. Sam Darnold coming with the Vikings. A lot of people are saying it. I think it could happen. The bold prediction is that J.J. McCarthy will get traded. Now, where does he get traded? Seahawks need an opening for a quarterback. The Jets need an opening for a quarterback. The Titans need an opening for quarterback. Giants. There are so many teams that have openings for quarterbacks that I think are going to be all over J.J. McCarthy if, and that's a big if, Sam Darnold resigns with the Vikings. And the team that I think trades for him is the team that just traded their quarterback Geno Smith to the Raiders. J.J. McCarthy gets traded to the Seattle Seahawks. I think that is something that's going to happen if Darnold re-signs with the Minnesota Vikings. Going off of that too, and this is probably going to get a lot of pushback, but there have been rumblings about a certain quarterback early in this offseason who could possibly be moved. And I don't understand why. This wouldn't make a lot of sense for the team, but I also didn't think it would make a lot of sense for Geno Smith getting traded. So it got me thinking. And you're in the Jets board, so this one is going to be with the Jets, and it's going to be my biggest bold prediction. I think the Jets acquire Kyler Murray from the Cardinals. Now, you're probably thinking there's no way the Cardinals are going to get rid of Kyler Murray. There are rumors that they might want to move on. And Kyler Murray's going to be getting paid a good amount of money, and I think he still has 2 years left on his contract. The Jets have been rumored to want a quarterback that can be mobile, can move outside the pocket, has accuracy. And with our new type of offense, we're going to be doing a lot of play action, a lot more running and everything. And Kyler Murray is a really good quarterback. Margin, great, I want to say, but he is a really good quarterback, deadly accurate, can move out of the pocket, can run for a good amount of yards. He is solid. Now, I've been on this saying that I really want Justin Fields, but if you have an opportunity to get Kyler Murray as your quarterback, I think that would be a slam dunk. And the quarterback class this year will be honest, it's not the best. Next year's is looked at as being better. Cam Ward, I know, is getting a lot of hype. Jackson Dart, I love. Kyle McCord, I think, is going to be really good. Will Howard, I think, could be a solid starter in this league later down the road. Shedeur Sanders possibly could be a good quarterback option. But all of these quarterbacks, the one thing they have in common, I don't think they should start day one. They need to sit a year to learn and get better. And I think they need to be put in the right situation. So I think the Jets end up going Kyler Murray. And I don't think he's going to go for that much. I don't think the Jets are going to have to give up the 7th pick. And I think how they end up getting him is they end up packaging Breece Hall, and they package their 2nd round pick and a future second as well. And I know it seems like a lot, but to get a quarterback of Kyler Murray's caliber, I think you need to give up a lot of picks. I think you need to give up a good amount of assets. And Breece Hall, I love Breece Hall and would hate for him to be traded, but if it was to get a quarterback like Kyler Murray, I would do it. I would bite the bullet and do it. And there's other running backs that we could sign. Najee Harris is out there, who I really, really like, who I think could be solid. Gus Edwards just got cut as well. He could be a solid option. There's a lot of running backs out there that the Jets could focus on. And in the draft too, they could draft a running back in the later rounds like Judkins from Ohio State, which I would love as well. I think he's going to be a very underrated back in this league and somebody who's going to be very solid. But that's my bold predictions that I got. What do you guys think? If you think I'm crazy, let me know down in the comments. If you think that I have some good ideas, let me know that as well. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. And let me know some of your bold predictions as well. I would love to hear your guys' ideas. And later this week, I'm planning on doing another mock draft right before before free agency opens up to see what my ideas are. You know I'm big team trade back, but who knows? Maybe I could trade up. Maybe I could trade back. Maybe I stick and pick. I love doing these drafts and these mock drafts, and I love talking with you guys as well. So again, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward, and have a good rest of your night.